it's really long, like 1 volume long. So that's not ready. I don't see any translation to English. Just, some short ones I saw the English translation. We have a lot, different kind.
Okay,
about
but
the Windows practice.
One we could take from all those that there are?
So you have to follow one, pick up one first. Daily practice. Then you can read others. You can see others' differences, but you always follow one. And daily, your practice.
Yes, but which one would you recommend and where can we get it?
So depending your time, like, if you have a long time, monastics usually use long ones because they have time to practice. And lay people not much time to practice, then we always give short ones,
Yeah.
Provide the short ones. So then it's dependent up to you. So you really like the long one, we can provide the long one. You like short one, we can give you short one information.
The middle one would be the best, I think. Yeah.
Okay, middle one is then García Rinpoche's one. So I think we have that in the Dhamma Center.
Okay.
So we can send it to you, okay?
Okay, yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Okay, so now I'm going to go into the teaching. So far, I share with you the 4 thoughts meditation, the preliminary, like basic preliminary practice. That's all. We have to follow the meditation, using the meditation called intellectual meditation. Intellectually, we have to think about cultivating meditation. After that, I just already shared uncommon preliminary practice is the refuge 100,000, post station 100,000, mandala, Vajrasattva, and Guru Yoga. So that section is always uncommon preliminary practice. So then next is going into the special preliminary practice. So this one, 5-part Mahamudra, especially go into the special preliminary practice. The Jigten Sumgons hit directly into the special preliminary practice. So we are right now in the special preliminary practice. Special preliminary practice is we have to meditate, love, meditation, compassion, meditation, bodhicitta, 3 different levels. So everyone is okay because some noises here, people talking other side. Do you hear anything or no? It's okay? Okay.
Yeah, it's okay. So, we're not getting other sound.
Okay, let me know if you hear something because I'm in the room, but some other side is the people talk, And if this touches you, I'm going to tell them. Yeah, I'm going to buy the zipper for them. Okay, so now we are in the special preliminary practice. Special preliminary practice, we have to meditate, cultivating meditation. Many different kind of method. So first one is like we just analyze and cultivate, growing our love and compassion. Have to practice that. So now I'm going to share that section with you today. We are, which page do you remember? Page 17, right?
Okay, it's page 15 in the text I've got, but I put that in the chat.
Page 15, you mean?
How to meditate on love?
So, yeah. So, yeah, I thought I shared a little bit last time this section, so it's okay. I can go a little bit, short information. Sometimes we share the teachings like 3 times one day, again and again in the Sheda. Morning teaching once, afternoon one, evening one, 3 times one day, same sections. So then that can be stay in your head. Sometimes sharing one teaching, then you hear, you understand, but then easily gone. No stuck here your heads. And you read more books and more cultivate, more practices, become more, familiarity, more habituate. And that's the reason we have to use all the time these teachings and practice. So now we are in the hall to meditate on love. So Buddhahood is attained because of bodhicitta, which is brought forth out of compassion. Compassion is brought forth out of love. So without bodhicitta, no one can be enlightenment. The bodhicitta is the essence of the enlightenment. Means like just main cause. We have become enlightenment. We need lots of different kind of cause to enlightenment. So this bodhicitta is the essence of the cause. Most important section. Without bodhicitta, even we practice yidam deity, cannot be enlightenment. So that's the reason Jigten Sumgons said, if you're going to practice Mahamudra, practice yidam deity, you must practice this bodhicitta. So then bodhicitta also not easy to analyze our mind. The reason is because we have our mind is samsara habituate, worldly habituate. We have a strong self-grasping. So that change is not easy. So that's the reason we practice bodhicitta and remind again and change our samsara habituate. It's take to the spiritual path. So now we have to practice love. The reason is bodhicitta is come from love. Without love, no possible bodhicitta. So love is a cause, compassion is a result. Compassion is a cause, bodhicitta is a result. So here, actually, these three goes together means love, compassion is a preliminary practice. The bodhicitta is a main practice. But bodhicitta is compared to yidam deity and Mahamudra, the preliminary practice. So everything is interdependent. Okay, so bodhicitta is not always preliminary practice. Sometimes bodhicitta is main practice. So here is we're talking about bodhicitta is preliminary practice. The reason is because compared to the Mahamudra meditation. So therefore, we first meditate on cultivating love. So we have to cultivate that. Love is we have to cultivate, otherwise not growing our mind. So we have to use many different kind of method to growing our compassion. Usually we don't know how to do without these teachings. Even we get very special conditions growing compassion, but we don't know how to use that object or object is take to the like kind of a using to the use to the special method. So now we follow this, then we know all this worldly activity, many different activity, our daily activity is cause of bodhicitta. We can use that. That is the where we have to follow. That's the reason we have to cultivating love to contract the tendency for attachment to the bliss for nirvana. So many people also attach to nirvana. The hatred to the samsara strongly attached to the nirvana. And beginners, it's good to do that. Beginners, not to become practitioners. Higher levels, we cannot have that thought in the mind. So first beginner time, of course, we need, that kind of effort in the mind, want to enlightenment, attached to nirvana, and like really wanted to free from samsara. We needed that, but then become you are practitioner, so have to change that mind. So that's the reason here say, tendency for attachment to the bliss of nirvana, for we meditate on extraordinary love and compassion. So that's the reason we have to meditate love and compassion. Bodhicitta not stuck in the nirvana because they have a compassion, bring back to benefit others. And the bodhicittas not stuck in samsara because they has wisdoms. Wisdom take to the nirvana, compassion take to the benefit other beings. So this meaning is like we talk about Hinayana tradition, Mahayana tradition, Vajrayana tradition. So these three yanas is followed by our individual level. If we have strongly thinking about our own self, any practicing dharma is called Hinayana practice. When you does anything through your body, speech, mind, thinking about other is called Mahayana practice. So then you have a special method, you know, all seeing is form is Buddha, all hearing the song is mantra. So no any other objects distraction you. So everything that you take to the path is called Vajrayana practice. So this is all depending individual level. Sometimes we find it's you know, individual people say, okay, this is Hinayana tradition, this is Mahayana. We pointing, you know, externally, you know, this follower is Hinayana, this follower is Mahayana, this is Vajrayana, but that is actually a little bit incorrect. This all bring in our individual level practice. So today here is considering, you know, the Mahamudra and the Yadam Deity practice is actually Vajrayana teaching, but if we don't have enough this love, compassion, bodhicitta, this practice is go into the same is the Hinayana. So it's always a dependent individual level. Pachika Buddha Arhats, they're stuck in nirvana. The reason is because they don't have enough compassion and love and compassion. Bodhicittas not stuck in the nirvana. The reason is they has compassion. Then Bodhisattvas not stuck in the samsara because there's wisdom. So then Bodhisattva is different from the other regular beings, free from samsara. Then Bodhisattva is different from then Arhats and Pachika Buddhas, not stuck in the nirvana. So therefore, we first meditate on cultivating love to contract the tendency for attachment to the bliss of nirvana. For we meditate on extraordinary love and compassion. When love and compassion are awakened in our mind stream, confused projections on the path will be dispelled. So we practice love and compassion, then our practice, meditation is going right direction. It's called the right path. So without love and compassion, then practice is not really going into the right direction. So without love and compassion, not really transforming our mind. So that's the reason it's, you know, love and compassion is most important first beginning level here. Then the essence of love is basic kindness. So what means love? So you have to know what means love. Love is basic kindness. It's, this means longing for all sentient beings to have happiness and the causes of happiness. So that is the love. And the compassion love is very similar, but a little bit different aspects. So we other beings have happiness is called love. We wishing all other beings free from suffering is called compassion. Different aspects. So love is go first, then go to the compassion. That is also followed by the meditation. The love is go first, it's easy. Then compassion second, you know, the followed by this teachings. This intention should be cultivated along with equanimity, starting with one's present mother and expanding order to embrace all beings equally. So this one cultivating meditation, we first focus with our present mother, own mother. So the reason is because mostly everyone is love their own mother. So use that example. Meditate mother, and then thinking about the mother's kindness, and or when we are in the mother's womb, to know all the kindness. So we have to all this cultivate. The long teaching has all the details, and this is very short, so we don't have all the details. Usually the teaching, the short one is teaching, long one is homework. You have lots of homework, so you can read the stage of meditation. They have longer, more than this information about how to cultivate love meditation and how to cultivate love compassion. So starting our own mother, and then meditation step by step. So you strongly, you feel it's connecting with your mother, you recognize her kindness, then comes a strong compassion your own mother. In the same time, then you thinking about your father and other relatives, and then thinking about the others also, like used to our mother, same as in this present mother. So visualize that, cultivating that, then our mind is very close to connect with other people. So fear is more close for other beings. So meditation, that more become is the cultivate along with equanimity, means then become equanimity, starting with one's present mother and expanding order to embrace all beings equally. So then you know much difference everyone. So you seeing all is kind of the same, Just we also easy way is when we see the other beings, just right away think about this all beings same as me. They all want happiness. This all beings, no one wants suffering. Same as me. And then we also think about these all beings, everyone used to our parents. So little bit think about cultivate, so become that connect with other people very easy. So this we have to meditate or meditate means like habituate, often and often, cultivate often and often. Then slowly, like you seeing other people's fear is connected to other very easy. So that's we have to meditate love. Then become you see everyone is a kind of a similar, same, equal, no much difference. So that's a very good way to practice meditation. Actually, Western countries have very good with like animals and dogs, other, like cats. It is very close, right? So that's also actually good to meditate practice too. But then you are attached to your dog and your cat is not the same as your family. It's attachment. Love is attachment love. So that's also bring the suffering. Called then attachment love is causes of suffering, So you use like you have a dog, you have a cat, and the same thing, your mind is close to other cat and the dogs, or is equally meditating, and fear is make difference. So that's where we connecting with other beings. So then there are some individuals who find it difficult to feel love for the kinds of parents. Some people has this problem, especially in Western country. Some really hard to connect with the mother because the relationship, in the family. So they cannot meditate mother because some doesn't love the mother. They're not really, good relationship with mothers. Does anyone have that kind of difficulty? Then you can use your children. You can use wife, husband, kids, or draw your cat, something like that. Use growing meditation. So then anyone is the same like that. You have like husband, everyone is used to husband, everyone is used to wife, everyone is used to our dogs, our cat, like that kind we have to think about. So that is meditation is like right meditation. The reason is because we are reborn in samsara. It's endless, countless times. It's not endless, countless times we are reborn samsara. So we have parents, like same we say in this present parents. So we are reborn many different kinds. So we to dogs, pets. Same, we have to connect with all other beings. Then you can think of your lover or your child that you love and cherish heart. So that's also different method. You can meditate on things of love, and in that way, single-pointedly cultivate and grow your love. So single-pointedly means like we have to cultivate using this object. Most important is we need mindful awareness. Then we have many different kind this support object to meditate. But our problem is we don't have enough the mindful awareness. So that's the reason we always lost, this special, this cultivated love object. So we see like someone homeless is very good object of our practice compassion. So some other beings who are suffering, we can see them as become strong compassion. That beings, others, actually really help for our compassion growing. So usually we don't have enough mind for awareness, just ignore everything. So not really connect with them. Actually, we have so many beings use object and growing our love and compassion. So that's the reason we need our awareness and mindful. The awareness, mindful, if you read this book often and often, so then bring the awareness and mindfulness. So people say, I don't have mindful, I don't have awareness, what I have to do? So you have to listen more teaching, read more this kind of Dharma books, and have to practice more. Then awareness is, like become more habitual, comes growing. So many different kind, we have to use method to bring awareness and mindful. Long as we have mindful awareness, then we can grow in love of compassion. Any meditation is very easy. So our problem is just not enough mindful and awareness. So long as we have mindful awareness, then use all the object we can take to the path. Very easy. So now you can meditate on them as the essence of love, and in that way, single-pointedly cultivate and grow your love. Gradually, you can expand it all to include all sentient beings. So then we include all sentient beings. The sign your cultivation of love has been successful is that you do not feel any bias or discrimination among beings. So then your practice is become successful. Is you recognize yourself. It comes your own experience. This is the own experience. Your fear. You do not feel any bias or discrimination among other beings. That means your love is already successful practice. Until that, we have to practice love, cultivate love. So you think, oh, I don't have that. So cannot be fair bad. We don't have that. That's why we have to cultivate love and compassion practice. So one day you reach that level, is completion love meditation practice successfully. So then that time, then we are become can be called Bodhisattva. We are become actually practitioner Bodhisattva, not just take the vows of Bodhisattva, not just relatively true to Bodhisattva. We are really kind of practitionally realize the Bodhisattva, absolute truly Bodhisattva. Among beings, whether they are appearing as your enemies, loved ones, or strangers, become everyone is seeing equally, no bias. So this is really a highest level practice, hard to practice that. So long as we have that practice, then our mind is always happy and peace, of course, joy all the time. Bodhisattvas always joy and happy. The Bodhisattvas, no one depression, no one sad, and no one have, like sad, depression, kind of like something problems mentally. The reason is because their heart is so big and strongly open and practice love and compassion. They're always happy. Sometimes we think about other who being suffering, our fear is bad. People feel sad. Then they think, I cannot do this. This unhappy, sad comes, right? So that means we don't have enough wisdom. And the Buddha, he's one of his disciples. His name is Khenpo. Khenpo is very close to Buddha Shakyamuni. All the time he is with Buddha, and he is the Buddha's attendant. The Khenpo, he always sad and suffering. So Buddha told him, all beings suffering due to the karma. Don't make pressure yourself. Khenpo, Buddha told him, you cannot make suffering yourself. These beings, all due to the karma is suffering. You cannot do anything. So the beginners, actually, we all has that kind of feeling because we see someone has problems, we feel bad, we also upset, sometimes bring emotion, unhappy, sad, bring emotion. So that's also, Buddha, when he before enlightened, when he's Siddhartha, that time also he has that feeling too. So when he's become Buddha, he already released that fears. So he's seeing all is just karma and nothing going to change anything. That is just kind of samsara's, nature of samsara. So no one can change that. Only we can change individually. No one can fix samsara. That's why Buddha said, defect of samsara, meaning is no one can change, no one can fix. So that is like all the beginningless time until no. Everyone try to fix, everyone try to change. No one can fix, no one can change. So no is talk about the politicians, there's talk about their something, but also like 50, 60% is good quality, but maybe 30, 40 is not good. This is just samsara, many different individual situations. So that's the reason samsara no one can fix. We can fix our own mind. So use this meditation practicing and comes a strong compassion to others. Long as we have a strong compassion in our heart, then these problems never affected our mind. We see that, realize that, recognize that, but not affect our mind. Our happiness is always there. So we can benefit others too. Then you have that compassion at our mind, always you have wisdom with your compassion. So our, like emotion with the compassion, no wisdom. So that's the reason, like sometimes I say, told like people, love, compassion with wisdom go together. You know, sometimes you have love, but you do something, create more problem and suffering. So you see something you cannot do, cannot change, just leave, and when right time comes, that time we have to do actions to help for others. So that's also always like time, you know, time like kind of cause condition to come together. So no cause conditions that we try to help something doesn't help for them become more effective other people. So love, compassion with comes also wisdom together. So if you feel discrepancies between your shared feelings of love and caring towards different sentient beings, you should reflect as follows. My mother of this present life has been my enemy in other lifetimes. So so this one is just I already shared. You know, we have to use this method to meditate again, cultivate again. So if our mind is something is like hatred for someone, so no action to anything. Right? So just awareness, being mindful, and cultivate this section. You know, reflect as follows: my mother of this present life has been my enemies in other lifetimes. Cultivate that, thinking about that, and then that really helps release our anger. Sometimes we are happy with somebody, so this actually, you know, affect our happiness, affect our mind, and then you cultivate this, release your anger, emotion, naturally become fear is happy and joy, and we don't have to think about that person again. We can change right away our mindset. So that is like called special method practice. Bodhisattvas all using that method to practice. So we have to only change our mindset. So then my enemy in this life has treated me with kindness and benefited me previous lives as my own mother. So keep applying yourself to the cultivation of love for all beings until you can see all of them without discrepancy as your own mother. So that's the all is cultivating meditation love. This section is cultivating meditation love. Then you know usually you meditate Mahamudra also comes compassion for others. Naturally arise compassion for others, love for others. That is not cultivating love. That is called through the causes wisdom. Naturally arise love, compassion too. So the love, compassion has many different cause conditions. Sometimes love, compassion practice we have to cultivate that this way all the way go up to the until you know seeing everyone is the same. Sometimes you meditate Mahamudra, you realize all beings have the same nature. All beings is Buddha. And we realize that, then we see other beings all have same that potentials, nature. They don't realize they're suffering in samsara. Then comes a strong compassion for other beings. So different ways growing the love and the compassion. So this is like step by step beginners follow, you know, many different paths cultivating love and the compassion. So then benefit is that it's become a source of well-being and happiness for yourself and others. Although we may find it difficult to meditate on love this way, we diligently strive in cultivation as best we can, as it is necessary that we abandon all harm to others. So just first, if we cannot really help for others, we really cannot growing like love and compassion for others, just stop harming for others. Then we have long as we have stop harming for other beings, then the best on that growing love and compassion. We should see that the desire for own well-being, being and happiness, and all others desire for their own happiness. So we have to see all beings the same desire, no difference. So usually we don't see, you know, on the road many cars. So we try to, you know, get in the front of other cars. So actually everyone is the same as us, you know, they try to go to, you know, go fast front of us, everyone, right? But we don't see that because our only thinking about is so strong. And then on the road, also same thing, everywhere is like we are trying to get in the first. Yeah, so like that. Sometimes we are board the airplane, go into the airplane, I try to get in the first. Then I say, oh no, it's wrong. Then I slow down. So used to also not easy to stop, you know. So my mind is like busy, you know. I always try to get first and get there, you know. So then try to get in front of everyone's there, go in first. So then I say, oh no, it's okay. So give up a little bit first, things like that way, you know. Then comes change a little bit. You need mindful, otherwise forget. Even we wanted to offering when we eat food, drinks, you know, but no mindful, just used to habituate, just comes and eat. Long as we have mindful awareness, then we can offering food to chant prayer and then eat. And then your daily activity, everything you have mindful, you can realize. Sometimes no mindful, no recognizing our own, what going on our own self, you know. So now we should see that desire for own well-being and happiness, and all others desire for their own happiness. It's the same thing, no one different. So you wake up morning, get in the car, look to in the highway, so many cars rush, all same desire, you know, even bugs running in the ground, all same desire. So no much difference. We see that then comes like kind of look to ourselves. Oh, so become fear is close to others. See, everything practice need mindful and awareness. Without that, cannot bring all this is take to the practice Dharma. Long as we have mindful awareness, everything we can use, take to the path, cultivate love and compassion. So we have so many good objects, practice love and compassion. We don't know how to use these things to take to the path. That just as we ourselves have the wish to be free from suffering, so to do all other beings, as the Buddha said, we should look to our own situation as an example, and doing so, we will bring no harm to others. So this section is actually also basic preliminary practice, true. And we should look to our own situation as an example, and doing so, we will bring no harm to others. This is the basic preliminary practice, that section is. So this go first, then see love compassion is main practice. When you practice love compassion, this section is basic preliminary practice. We need to step first this one. So we always look to our own situation as an example, you know. If we don't recognize our own situation, then we say, I am the Vajrayana practitioner, I am Bodhisattva, is nothing. Only the words. So we always focus this level section. That's why Shantideva also said, put your shoes in your feet. don't cover for all this earth is carpet. That means you really cannot change all these beings. First, we have to change our own situation. So look to our own situation as an example, and doing so, we will bring no harm to others. When we consider it, we see that all things that we ourselves use and enjoy, such as water, good roads, electricity, or homes and other burdens, are some about through the efforts and kindness of others. So we have to cultivate, think about these sections. It's not possible, no growing compassion, love, compassion others. If we use these conditions or this object, support, meditation, love, and compassion, naturally growing our love, compassion for others. So everything is our dependent other beings. We are not independent. So that's most important we have to realize. Everything what we're using is depending other people. So we cannot survive only ourselves in this world, right? Without other beings, other people. So that's the reason everything is interdependent, connection to each other. So we recognize that they really care about others. Also, our mind is connect with other very easy. So usually we don't have this thinking, no mindful, no awareness. So example, such as water, we drink the water, it's depending other people. So many things dependent. Even water is become make tea. Then more depending other beings, more people, beings. If I drink like this water, so who make this, where this come from, this water first? This all thinking about environment. We are connect with the environment become. And care about the environment too become. And then this water who create like this pure and put in the butter over like that, who make these butters, who put in so many people evolved already there. And then they take to the shops. And then the shops sell to the individual store, bought from individual store and pay money and bring here, and our hand is how many people evolved. So that's thing that way is we really don't want to waste anything like that water. So all is like that. The thing about tea, we are drinking the tea all the time. So tea also has so many people connecting with it there too. Talk about water is become, water also quality is better. The researchers talk about water, they talk about the quality of the water has become better and better. Some talk about the bad quality about the water, that research 2 different waters. And others become lost qualities, other water is become best, good qualities. I heard that, but I don't know it's the truth. Water also recognized, talk about good qualities, become better, I think, quality. So anyway, we drink the tea, and the tea also growing, the farms, they pick up all the tea leaf, and the thing about that, so hard work, people work so hard and take to the market, put it in the bags, and then take to the market, selling this, we buy, they think about who make money, and then bring in we buy that tea, and then we make the hot tea, called hot water. So they also think about this, or connect with this gas, electricity, and the stove. So become so many connected already. many different factories become connections. So think that way, we're using all these things, we are connect with other people, other beings. So that's bring the, our mind is easily connect with others. So no water, good roads. So think about the roads. We drive every day on the road. So easy to get wherever we wanted to go. And then not think about only road, who make the cars, bus, transportations, all these things, then all is connect with other people. Even something wrong, there is transportation, everything is going to stop, right? See, that means everything is connection with each other, not independent. So we think that in the who make the roads, we drive the car, we see the people, fixing the road, and then cultivate compassion, love to them. And so have the car, who think about these people who make these cars, and also comes love. So many ways we can cultivate the love and the compassion. Then also when we eat the food, one plate in the food, so many in there. So you think about every cause conditions, strongly connect with other people. It's good eating meditation, use eating meditation. Usually we just eat, no mindful, no awareness. Eating is called ignorance eating. Then eating is become called attachment, desire. It's all we take to these things is like through the causes of samsara. So now we use this method. We use these things, everything take to the causes of happiness. Make sense? Special method. So we have to know this, then that is called Dharma practice. So otherwise say, I'm going to practice Dharma, I'm going to practice Dharma. We don't have any awareness, mindful, then we don't know how to use this method, never get time to practice Dharma. If you know all this method, you have this method teachings, and long as you have awareness, mindful, everything is we take to the path and the Dharma practice. It's so special, right? So see, then electricity. Think about electricity. Who make this Wi-Fi, wireless? So we are staying in our home. We can come together like this. This is 100%, everything is interdependent, So many things come together. We have this, opportunities. Or it's things, rely on other beings. Electricity, our homes. Then you think about your home. So many things at your home. Then all these things, when you build your house, where this come from, these things. So we use every day these things. See, then you connect with these constructions or everyone. Homes and other burdens. Some about through the efforts and the kindness of others. So we cultivate this thing about others, like kindness for us, how we connected to other beings. We have to recognize how we are connected for other beings. Long as we recognize that, then we feel is really close to other beings. So then fear is like mind is happy, and also comes compassion, love, compassion for other, very easy. Otherwise, really hard to practice love and compassion. Okay, so now basically all of one's well-being and happiness for the true reliance upon others. So everything is relying for other beings. Or our everything comes, like our using things. When we wake up morning to go to sleep, everything's rely on other beings. When you go sleep, wake up, also rely on others, because all the beds and blankets, house, air conditions, heaters, everything is rely on others. So that means no one has independent in this samsara. Everything is connected to each other. So we realize that, and then really comes compassion for others. No one to harm for others. So that's the very basic first practice. If we were alone in the world, sustaining ourselves and living well and prosperity would be quite impossible. So we are alone in this world, cannot survive. Not possible. We don't rely on other beings, other people. So that is we have to practice love. In belief, we can see that even the smallest morsel of food or tiniest teacup of drink come about through this reliance upon the others. See, everything is relying on others. We should record this again and again. So we have to think about again and again, not only just one time listening, teaching. So same is this meditation is like cultivate precious human body. We have to cultivate again and again. Sometimes we really upset with other people, so you use this cultivate these sections. You can release and our unhappy feeling. So meditation only can help, this practice can help change our mindset. So release our, this emotion. We can release our emotion. And consider others fondly, remembering the hardships they have endured for us. So we did so many things about this, and remember hardship they have endured for us. So then we think about the parents and for kids. And then of course each one has parents, everyone does hardship for them to taking care. So then also country, they're also their hardship, they're taking care of their own citizens. So all the country just try to keep their country is good, And no one can make good way, but everyone cannot make happy, but all the country just try to keep their country is best and keep the good way to citizens, support many like that. So think that way it comes compassion for all the leaders too, politicians too. We have to cultivate in the meditation, this section all the time. This section, love meditation, it's easy to just share teaching, easy understand, but when we put practice, it's not easy. They just are today like me, I'm share with you teaching is mindful awareness. The problem is we don't have that enough. So that's the reason this teaching take to the path is not easy. Really hard to take the path. So then the second stage is meditating on compassion. So now I'm going to share with you meditation, compassion. Just so far I share, that section is love meditation. So the other part is you will think about to cultivate that really love grow in your mind, comes love for other beings, not only just our relatives. So that's the section of the love meditation. So now with the second stage is meditation on compassion. Compassion is born from love and caring. So the long as we have enough love, then compassion is easy to come. easily arise compassion. It is defined as the longing for suffering, being to be free from suffering. So this also we have to cultivate meditation. That we have to use the object, someone who's suffering. So that's the reason we practice, meditate, precious human body. Precious human body actually bring compassion, love for others. So we have to analyze and cultivate like the lower realms when we meditate precious human body. So you use this lower realm beings object meditation, growing compassion, our heart, mind. This comes compassion naturally our mind. So we say, I want compassion, I want love, not possible. We have to create a cause. The cause is like we look to other beings, like especially lower realms, and then cultivate that being's suffering, comes strong compassion in our mind for others. So you meditate precious human body, so you have to think about hell realm beings. You have to think about hungry ghosts. So you have to think about animal realms. So we feel also happy because we are free from that state. And then also use that object, comes compassion to them. And here, same thing. So longing for suffering means to be free from suffering. So we have to use object is who other being who's suffering. So this object is, and hospital, so many patients there. So you see this, all the patients, everyone is suffering because due to illness. So use this beings, object of the meditation. We wishing this all hospital, who is there, who or she or he, everyone, we wish them free from illness. So that is called compassion meditation. Then we can see many, other people all the time we see suffering. So this all other people who suffering is our object of compassion to meditation. So we meditate compassion, use this who are suffering. So that's really helpful growing our compassion, love. Then that's also purify our own karma, and also we can purify their karma too, because they support our compassion. They're growing our love and compassion. So that's where it's like called the connect with others, like independent for others. Or the meditation is interdependent, means like you see someone suffering, no really comes compassion, you just give food for them and help for them a little bit, free from just 1 hour, 2 hours, maybe 4 hours, free from hunger and thirsty. But the karma is still there. So practitioners, sometimes they're not really for them doing some actions, but they use that object, meditate compassion, and the practice compassion, then there comes like growing compassion. And we use someone who's suffering, we use that object and we meditate the compassion, growing our love and the compassion, our heart, mind. So that purifies their karma and our karma too. So that's where helping for others. We don't see that, we cannot see that. So that is the high realize the practitioners helping for others is different, So then that really help for us, other who's suffering. They really help for us because we use that being's meditation object. So that's the reason we meditate precious human body. We cultivate this all hearing beings suffering, hungry ghost. We are not create suffering our own with them. We cultivate compassion, love, growing our love, compassion, that connect with that, purify our karma, connect with that, help for other these beings, lower ranks, suffering, purify their karma too. So that's the reason Buddhist, everything is interdependent, you know. You know that everything is interdependent, then you know the Buddhist means. Buddhist means like not just only like cloth, you know, cutting the hair only, right? Not only just who stay in the temple, like Buddhist, the main point is view is we have to know everything is interdependent. Then see, everything is interdependent means everything is connected to each other, causes conditions. No one is independent. So recognize that, then love, meditation, love, compassion, meditation is easily grow. It's become rapidly our, you know, mind. It's become compassion, rapidly this our mind. So if she was enduring immeasurable pains, so longing suffering beings to free from suffering, think about your own mother on this earth. So then we have to think about our own mother. See, this love meditation, compassion meditation is the same object, but different analyze. Love meditation is like analyze kindness, mother's kindness, the different aspect looking. So this one is looking mother's suffering. Different aspects looking where to, you know, growing love and compassion. So your mother is like, you seeing, oh, my mother is so kind for me in this life. Thinking about all this kindness is called love meditation. So you're thinking about, oh, my mother is so much suffering. She do too much for me. And she does so many things for me, you know, all is endured everything for me. So you're thinking about that is called compassion meditation. Its difference is similar but different aspects. So now we think about the mother. If she was enduring immeasurable pain and suffering, because the mother carried like 9 months something in the womb us, so that is pain and suffering. Not during that time, is the mother don't have really, you know, it's or it's like perfectly conditions. Condition means like not comfortable all the time, you know. That time is during that time is the pain and the suffering. How could you not have but feel compassion for her? See, then we have to think about it. So this meditation also, you go to the stage of meditation is a longer way practice. So think about who is called weather, all outside other beings, animals, no protection, so cold, no heaters. And think about that, and think about the harem, cold rain. These beings all used to my mother. During my mother that time, they protect me cold. They put me clothes, you know. They protect me from the cold. So now my mother all suffering the cold, like, you know, hair and cold rains, and outside the animal, maybe this all is used to our mothers. Think that way, meditate is called compassion. Then sometimes the summertime we can see so hot. So other animal, many beings so hot, especially desert areas, so many bugs, no water, nothing, and just burning. The body is just dried, burned up, and then hot heat them hot REM, cold REM, you know, hot REM, hair REM beings. It's extremely heat. So use, visualize and cultivate. They all beings used to our mother. During that time, this mother protect me cold, heat, you know, heat. So they protect me free from heat and protect me. So think about that, analyze, cultivate meditation. It's called compassion meditation. Then of course, when you're thirsty, hunger, these things, like when we are hungry, this mother give drink. When we hungry, mother give food. So now we think about hungry ghost realms, no food, no drink. They are used to my parents. So now they don't have food, they don't have a drink. So cultivate compassion for all these beings. And that way, you know, we have to meditate compassion. Ethical means like cultivating, thinking about all these situations. So that's growing our really wisdom. Compassion is naturally arise, strongly arise compassion. So then, would you want to have her to rescue her from her suffering? See, so when we are suffering, the mother protect all these different kind of suffering. So now our mothers are all suffering, different kind of suffering. So you're going to have them or not? Of course, we're going to have them because when we have these suffering problems, this all protect for us. So cultivate that is called compassion. So that you feel a longing for all beings who have been your own loving and kind old mothers to be free from suffering and its cause. Think about, you know, cultivate, meditate. It comes to really growing, strong compassion arise. So this teaching is not too long, it's really short. But practice this sexual meditation is we can do one lifetime. Use only this section, you know, meditate, cultivate. So then we have to read again and again these sections. The reason is because our mind is so strongly habituated to samsaric worldly activities. So not easy to change that. Just telling many times mindful awareness. So that is today like biggest, you know, we have to think about mindful awareness. Without that, so many these special teachings we cannot really take to the path. Long as you have awareness and mindful, we have so many different kind of object meditation. Love meditation, compassion meditation. We can cultivate impermanent. We can cultivate precious human body. We can cultivate the cause and effect. We have so many conditions, you know, object to meditate. But problem is we don't have enough mindful awareness. So that's the reason, we have to main focus, awareness, mindful. When your compassion has, so think of all sentient beings through on your day-to-day activity as well. So when your compassion has reached the stage at which you feel equal compassion for all and see no disparity, turn the focus of your meditation towards strangers and beings to when you feel indifference. So it's become your, you know, compassion is growing. Then if we don't see the other people, it's not much difference. Our loved ones and all our enemies, stranger ones, we see the not much difference. That is called the growing compassion, love and compassion. So that's we have to practice. It's take long time, you know, like Bodhisattvas, many lifetimes use this method to practicing. So maybe you are already Bodhisattva, previous life, you have connections practicing, but you have previous life connections, this life, it's easy to go into that practice. So we have to create our habituate karmic imprints too. So these teachings, sometimes we think, oh, I'm listening so many teachings. I try to practice, but doesn't transform my mind, doesn't have much. So sometimes we fear that, but it's actually really connected already. Plant seed and habituate already. So who has this connection, this kind of meditation, the person is already connected with enlightenment, already create, seeds of the enlightenment. So many beings don't have connections still, So that also thing about we feel, happy become. Because we have so kind of, we say, we are lucky, or, we have fortune to have these teachings and connect with this Dharma. So many beings, no any connections. So using this practice love and compassion meditation, same time, we can cultivate the thing about this four thoughts meditation. This practice all go together, So when you cook the food, you need salt, you need fire, you need water, you need all this, everything together, right? So talk about the water, then we talk about only water. Oh, this is the water, about the water's quality, how to get good waters, how to benefit our body. But then not only water, they need many things together when you cook the food. So this all the teachings. When you practice, you have to put all together. Same as the cook the food. So see, this is a goal. When we share this teaching, of course, always we have to share one by one. So we can see, without love, nothing can do. Or without precious human body meditation, nothing can do. Laws like that. Same thing, when we cook, without fire, you cannot do anything. When you cook without water, you cannot do anything. When you cook food, without food, you cannot do anything. See, when you cook the food, you need all this gas, everything, right? And the pan, and the spoons, so many conditions we need. Without this, we cannot cook. So that's the same thing. These teachings, like followed by one, is everything is important. So when we practice, this all have to bring together. So when you practice love, it naturally comes there four thoughts meditation too there. When you practice four thoughts meditation, love, compassion is come into there. Because we cultivate precious human bodies, comes compassion to others, love for others. The level is to talk about, okay, precious human body, but actually there has all this meditation practice there together. So we have to know that way practice. Everything is important because all is interdependent. So when we drive the car, look to the car, so many small things in there. So without that, car cannot run. Even engine is there, four tires is there, wheels is there. Without battery, you cannot run. Without gas, you cannot go. Without key, you cannot go. So, or without air in your tire, you cannot go. See, so many conditions that need together, right? Same thing when we practice the Dharma, go to the enlightenment path, means we all need this together. So all this helps for our mind. It's purified. Karma is ripening our mind. When your compassion has reached the stage at which you feel equal compassion for all and see no disparity, then turn the focus of your meditation towards the strangers and the beings to whom you feel indifference. So think to yourself, all beings are my dear friends. By meditating in this way, the compassion that longs for those experiencing excruciating suffering to be free from suffering naturally will arise equally towards all beings in your mind stream. This is also the sign you have become accomplished in compassion meditation, and it's called great compassion. So this is the great compassion, practice compassion. So now is I can stop here teaching. So if you have any questions, we can discussion. So I think that is good enough today. The compassion meditation is a long meditation, love and compassion. So you to read more books and go into the stage of meditation. I wrote the book called Stage of Meditation. That has longer for this love and compassion. So this is I picked up from there is a short sections. So the more detail is in there. And then last time I shared the precious human body. Also, you go to stage of meditation or learning Buddhism also has more information in there too. So that's all you can do homework. And if you don't have that book, and you can download from Kindle. So Debbie can give you this information. Can you give information for how to download? Debbie, can you hear?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Can you give information for everyone? How to download the Kindle?
Yeah, they can just go on Amazon and search for Stages of Meditation, Khenpo Samdup, and then it should come up, and then you'll be able just to go ahead and download the book.
Yeah, so see, go to the Amazon and then go to the department, department store, something like that. Then go in there and then go to the Kindles. The Kindle, then put my name or Stage of Meditation. So then all the books, many books there already. So there has some Spanish, some is English. So you make sure which one you can read. Okay. So now it's a question and answer discussion. Yes.
Okay, Khenpo, I'm going to go to the beginning. So you were talking that bodhisattvas aren't stuck in samsara because of their bodhicitta. So that's their view, right? Their view, and the problem, and because they don't have a sense of I, that they're not in samsara. Is that like?
The samsara, because they're stuck, they're free from samsara, is they realize the emptiness, free from grasping. So we are stuck samsara is we have a grasping. Bodhisattvas is already realized the selflessness of phenomena, selflessness of a person. They have realization. That's why they cannot stuck in samsara. There are no causes to stay in samsara. Then bodhisattvas not stuck in the nirvana means like the comparing to this, arhats and Pachika Buddhas. They're stuck in nirvana reason that not enough compassion to want to benefit others. So bodhisattva has a compassion there and love and compassion others, not attached to nirvana. That they're not attached to that pleasure thing, nirvana. So that's the reason that can benefit others. Yes. Justin, ask question.
Sorry, I was rubbing my neck.
Okay, so then, anyone have any discussions?
Yeah, I have a question, Khenpo.
Yes.
So could you give an example of mindful awareness?
Mindful awareness?
Yeah.
Mindful awareness is mindful awareness is just always just kind of like look to our own, you know, and always be present. More with be present, and then that bring the awareness. The more be with the present is we need to focus with the breath. We need to focus with mindful body meditation. This all bring the you know mindful and awareness. So awareness is we knows what we're doing. So that's very nice.
So
what's going on our mind. Yes.
So in other words, say when I wake up in the morning and I'm getting out of bed, how can I practice mindful awareness in that moment?
That moment is just we have to habituate. And the habituate is when we wake up, so we have to meditate, like focus with the breath every morning, then cultivate the precious human body. That bring the awareness, mindful. So otherwise we say, I want one mindful, it's not possible to come. We have to create the cause first. So you have a cause, then result is there comes. And that's the reason every morning, if you wanted to practice awareness, mindful, then we have to practice like focus with the breath every morning. And every morning, mindful body meditation. So that's bring the mindful. Yes.
So you're saying that it's not just looking at the outer circumstances and being aware of those, but creating circumstances so that you become more aware. You're habituating patterns. Then is that what you're saying?
Yes. Yeah, we have to habituate.
Okay, and so we should do that throughout the day. Is that right then?
Yeah. Then usually during the Buddha time, all this is disciples all the time, 24 hours actually kind of focus with the breath. So that means like focus with the breath. Always you are present. We are in the present, then always mindful awareness. We recognize situation, everything. Yeah.
That's very helpful because I remember you said that nobody really forces you to get out of bed. Like nobody pushes you out of the bed. So it's a time when you can create a habitual pattern. You can create a different pattern instead of just following the usual stuff.
Yeah, we have to change some of our habits. Usually what we're doing, these things have to change. So then changes, we need always meditation. Like best is just focus with the breath. It's easy, So you don't need anything. Try to get things, and you are always breathe. So you can use that breath, meditation, awareness, mindful. Wherever you go, you have that object with you. Yeah. It's really good to focus with the breath.
I think the eating meditation is really good. I'm a person who eats mindlessly most of the time, but I have done, like I did on a baked potato. I did that one day and meditated on every being and every person like that had touched that potato, and it kind of blew my mind. It was really quite remarkable. I should do it all the time.
Okay. Yeah, so use these all different techniques, Long as you have awareness and mindfulness, everything is an object of meditation. So that teaching is today is always a method we can take to the path, and the Dharma is very special, really. So short teaching is even there, but it's so many methods there. So we cannot talk everything, but we have that method is used to every object, you know, every situations. Make sense? Okay.
Yes. Khenpo, are there
Okay,
some,
everyone, yes. Yes.
is there some exercises that you can give us that we can practice till next week, and then we can, like, can you give us homework?
Homework is, of course, we have cultivated this compassion and the love and the compassion today. So then you practice that, you need mindful. So you use mindful, it's like focus with the breath, you know, bring breath. It's awareness. So bring awareness first until next week. Don't forget when you drink, eat, offering. So that's your homework, okay? Anything, just, you don't have the chance really. Mentally, you know, just hold mentally, oh, I offer this for Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, or, you know, protectors, which is your Yadam Guru Guru thing, just visualize offering. So that's bring mindful awareness too. Then if you wanted to do more, another homework, when you go to sleep, before do 3 times prostration. When you wake up, 3 times prostration. So that's also bring the mindful awareness too. That's also very good. It's usually people who have nightmare, bad dreams that do 3 times prostration in the bed. So it's really helpful. Nightmares, bad dreams removed. Okay. I cannot hear you have to.
You're on mute, Dale.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. Oh,
Can you hear me now?
yes, sir.
Okay. For nightmares, do you do the prostrations before you go to sleep?
Yes. Prostration into your bed.
Yeah. Okay. And then we were talking about doing things in the morning, but before you go to bed, are there other things to increase lucid dreaming so that your dreams aren't wandering around in ignorance and nightmares or chasing all sorts of ridiculous things?
Yeah, then you chant the Om Ahom, you know, when you go sleep.
Exactly. Okay.
So that helps like release a nightmare.
Yeah.
Just do 3 times prostration, 7 times. Then just when you go sleep and follow the Om Ahom. Yes, Justin.
One thing that really helped me with love and loving kindness after reading the stages of meditation was it's really helpful to practice on your mother, but also like when eating food or even driving, I found it was really helpful to think of the people that were a part of that creation of the car or the food, but more specifically the love that their mothers gave them.
Yes.
So that like seeing the people who prepared the food as children, and the love that their mother gave them really helped me in connecting in the heart. So like the practicing with the mother, but also seeing everyone as your mother, but also seeing everyone who perhaps you don't have as much connection with, having a connection with their own mother is also really helpful, I found.
Yes. Yeah. So that's your just opinion. That's good. Thank you. So thank you, everyone. I have to go, and my time is gone, and I have to meet someone here. Okay, thank you. See you next week.
Khenpo.
Don't forget the
Thank you.
homeworks.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah.
Bye,
Bye, everyone.
Bye. Okay. Thanks, everybody. Bye.
Thank you, Marilyn.
Okay.